Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Sri Mayapur ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madhava ki jai. So Sri Sri Radha Madhava, the deities that were donated to Srila Prabhupada by one Mr. Dhanmir in Vrindavan and became Prabhupada's world Sankirtan party, traveling deities with him. In 1970, when we had the 71, we acquired the land in Mayapur, and we had the first ISKCON Gaur Purnima festival. About 70 devotees came, mostly from America, and Prabhupada invited all of his god-brothers. It was a big success, and the deities came from Calcutta. The small Radha Madhava came from Calcutta to attend the program or to host. Then the festival finished, everybody was happy, especially the Prabhupada's god-brothers, to see his success, and all the pilgrims coming, and first time they're seeing Western Vaishnavas. So it was a great success. So when the program finished, Gaur Purnima program finished, everybody was going back to their countries, and Srila Prabhupada asked, where are the deities of Radha Madhava? So that was Srila Prabhupada, we put them in the trunk, we're going to take them back to Calcutta. He said, no, now they are here, they should stay here, they should not leave. So where will they stay, Srila Prabhupada? He said, well, where are you staying? So we only have this bhajan kutir. Some tents were there, temporary tents for the program, but otherwise it's only the bhajan kutir. And Prabhupada said, that's okay, then they can stay there. And we'll build them a nice temple. Too, at the end of the year, Prabhupada had been donated some land, and he wanted to build a project. They have a project there in Hyderabad. So the devotees were saying, what deities can go there? We don't have any deities. There was only a couple of temples in that time in ISKCON with deities. And so they said, well, we'll take Radha Madhava from Mayapur to Hyderabad, because nobody's coming to Mayapur in those days. So, and they can take the small Radha Gopinath from Calcutta. So they made that swap. And when Prabhupada went to attend that meeting, the festival in Hyderabad, he came, paid his obeisance. He said, who are the deities here? I said, it's Radha Madhava, Srila Prabhupada. He said, from Mayapur? I said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. He said, I told you those deities should not leave Mayapur. Why did you bring them? Now when they go back, they should stay there, they shouldn't leave. So he wanted those deities, Mayapur. Bhavananda Prabhu, he said to Srila Prabhupada that we're sitting in these rice fields here, we're from cities. I'm from America, he's Sarabi, the architect, is from Amsterdam, the pujari is from London, big cities around the world. What do we know about building temples? And Prabhupada, where will all the money come from with? Prabhupada was laughing. He said, Bhavananda is always thinking, where will money come from? He said, but here you have Radha Madhava. Madhava means the husband of the goddess of fortune. So you simply serve Radha Madhava nicely, and everything will come. You don't have to worry about where will money come from. So it's also historical, because Srila Jayadeva Goswami, he was talking about, or he wrote something about Mayapur and the city, because he was the court pundit for King Lakshman Sen at that time. And he wrote, living in the banks of Pitukund, and he wrote something expressing that there will be a big city here, a temple, and a very astonishing temple will arise here. This was 200 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And he said, a very astonishing temple will appear here in Mayapur. And the name of the deities, the predominating deities of that astonishing temple, will be known as Radha Madhava. So it's historical. This is the vision of the Acharyas. how they give somehow or another. Prabhupada named these deities Radha Madhava. He was chanting the song, perhaps for the first time in the public, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, and he went into an ecstasy for some moments, which seemed a long time. But then he came external and he said, this is such a lovely song. It's a picture of Mayapur. Everything is here. Jamuna is there, Govardhan is there, Jasoda is there, Nandan is there. It's just, this is a picture of Vrindavan. This song is so nice. So that's Jayadevi Goswami was predicted it, Nityananda Prabhu predicted it to Jiva Goswami. It got dictated to Bhaktivinoda Thakur by Jahnavi Devi and Nitai. And it's been passed down on our acharyas. And they've mentioned this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has mentioned many times Radha Madhava. So this is the vision of the acharyas. They know that actually Prabhupada said it's already existing, the temple and everything. The deities are, it's called, Prabhupada said it's called Nitya Siddha. Anyway, eternal pastimes of the Lord. So Radha Madhava are coming here to be the predominating deities of the Dharma along with Panchatattva. Radha Madhava Seva. I remember one time we were in the Bhajan Kutir and the Chutananda Maharaj was reading Chaitanya Bhagavat in Bengali. He was translating into English. And he started to read about the Haridas Thakur's pastimes and how the Qazi threatened to cut his body into thousands of pieces because he has adopted the low-class Hindu religion. So Haridas Thakur said, you may cut my body into 1,000 pieces, but as long as there is one fiber of energy left in my body, I will not stop to chant the holy names of Krishna. And it struck me that what a wonderful prayer. So I immediately went to see Radha Madhava and I offered that same prayer. Dear Radha Madhava, as long as there is one fiber of energy left in my body, I will not stop to serve your lotus feet. Radha Madhava is so attractive. They're very famous already all around the world. And actually, when I was asked to become the to come to Mayapur in 1972 beginning, and I was seeing the pujari. His name was Darsha Das, French devotee. He was doing the puja to Radha Madhava in the Bhajan Kutir at that time. So we were all living close together, obviously. It was the only building around, so we could see clearly how he was doing this service to Radha Madhava, and that he was going backwards and forwards the whole day long. And so we could see all the seva was going on, and I thought, what a wonderful service. Whole day he's just serving Krishna directly. I'd love to do that service. Then about 2 days later, Bhavananda said, that pujari, he's leaving. You're the next pujari. So, and I got the seva of Radha Madhava, and I thought, well, I was brand new. I just joined in Calcutta. So I thought, I'll try this process of Krishna consciousness. When I'm reading Prabhupada's books, it's devotional service to Krishna. Keeps jumping out, devotional service to Krishna, your Krishna's eternal servant. So I thought I'll try this process for a couple of years and see what happens. If I think it's okay, I'll stay. If I don't, I'll see if I can find somewhere else, but I don't think I will. So anyway, I said I'll try it for 2 years, this process, and see what the result is. Anyway, 2 years passed, 20 years passed, 40 years passed. And I was thinking, well, I was supposed to have a recalculation of what's the word? re-estimate. I suppose after 2 years, but Krishna consciousness is so nice. So people often ask, how come you can stay so long? But this is different in Mayapur. We're not stuck in a city where 24 hours a day. In Mayapur it's completely open. We have beautiful deities. All the acharyas have lived here. It's a spiritual town. So, Mayapur, Radha Madhava belonging in Mayapur, it's their eternal abode. We are supposed to be the eternal servants, so there's nothing else to be achieved except service to the lotus feet.